Alright, let's go. Peter Gibson is a frustrated and unmotivated programmer who works at a company called Initech. His co-workers include fellow programmers Samil and Michael Bolden. The staff constantly suffer under callous management, especially Initech's smarmy vice president, Bill Blumberg, whom Peter loathes. Scene opens on Samil standing in front of a printer amid an office full of cubicles.
No, not again. Why does it say paper jam? Oh, there's no paper jam. I swear to God, one of these days, I just kick this piece of shit out the window and then eat that.
You and me both, man. The thing is lucky I'm not armed.
Ow. Ow.
It's this. It's this.
Well, technically. Destroy.
Alright, keep going. Nope. Wow.
I tried. All the cheering.
Alright. Can I do the line again?
I don't know.
I don't know what it is.
I'm not touching this.
You and me both, man. The thing is lucky I'm not armed. Samil grabs the paper out, tearing it off the bottom part of it.
Piece of shit.
Nina, another coworker, approaches them with papers.
Princess Cadence mi amore cadenza.
Samir walks up to Nina, shaking his head, and grabs the paper from her.
No. Scootaloo?
That's me.
Wow! Is that your real name?
Yeah?
So are you related to the G1 counterpart?
Or the G3 counterpart.
Just a coincidence.
Oh.
Nina walks away, looking disappointed.
No one in this country can ever pronounce my name right. It's not that hard. Mi amore cadenza. Mi amore cadenza.
Yeah, well, at least your name isn't G3 Schoolo.
Oh no.
There's nothing wrong with that name.
There was nothing wrong with it until I was about 12 years old and that no-talent ass clown became famous and started scaring bronies.
Well, then why don't you just go by Scoots instead of Scootaloo?
No way! Why should I change it? She's the one who sucks. Peter walks up to their cubicle.
Hey guys!
What's up, S?
Wanna go to Chotsky's, get some coffee?
It's a little early.
Well, I've got to get out of here. I think I'm going to lose it.
Nina walks up behind Peter.
Uh-oh! Sounds like someone's got a bad case of the Mondays!
Scene shifts to Tchotchkes. Peter, Michael, and Samil are seated at a table.
Boy, I tell you, some days, one of these days it's gonna be like...
He mimics firing a machine gun. Brian, a waiter, walks up and does the same in Peter's face.
So can I get you gentlemen something more to drink? Or maybe something to nibble on? Apple fritters, apple pie, apple fajitas?
Just coffee.
Okay, sounds like a case of the Mondays.
Okay, so the next scene we're doing is from There Will Be Blood. We're doing I Will Drink Your Milkshake. So for this scene, it's going to be Daniel is going to be Granny, and that's going to be voiced by Mag. Eli is going to be Apple Bloom, and that's going to be Kate, and Pitch is the narrator.
I'm gonna narrate.
Well, you're going to get loud anyways. You should back up, yeah.
Pitch is your tuning note.
Eli visits Daniel, who is hungover. In Daniel's private bowling alley,
Eli, now a radio preacher, offers to sell Daniel drilling rights on the land of William Bandy, who has recently died. Daniel agrees on the condition that Eli denounce his faith and his own credibility. Eli reluctantly does so. Daniel reveals that the property is now worthless because he has already drained its oil by capture from surrounding wells.
It was AJ who was chosen. She found me and she told me about your land register. You're just a god.
Yes.
Why are you talking about Applejack?
I did what your sister couldn't. I broke you and I beat you. It was Applejack who told me about you. She's the prophet. She's the smart one. She knew that what was there, and she found me to take it all out of the ground. You know what the funny thing is? Listen. Shut up, you damn thing! So annoying, I swear. Okay, I paid her 10,000 bits, cash in hand, just like that. She had her own company now, a prosperous little business, 3 wells producing 5,000 I can read, well, the debt's a week.
Eli starts to cry.
Stop crying, you sniveling ass! Stop your nonsense, you're just the afterbirth, Appleboo. That slithered out of your mother's filth. He should have put you in the glass jar on the mantelpiece. Where were you when Applejack was suckling at her mother's teeth?
We see the Magnet, which is voiced by Goody. Agent Smith is Tree Hugger, and that's voiced by Magpiepony. Tank is Rainbow Dash, and that's going to be voiced by myself. Mouse is Twilight, and that's voiced by Ashley. Neo is Shining Armor, and that will be Pitch. Switch will be Applejack, which is voiced by myself. Morpheus is Pinky, which is voiced by Mag. Dozer is Flutters, which is voiced by Kate, and Kate is also narrating this one. So let's begin.
A computer hacker named Thomas Anderson learns from a group of mysterious rebels led by a mysterious man named Morpheus about the true nature of this reality. In the 21st century, humans are kept pacified within the Matrix, a shared simulated reality modeled after the world as it was at the end of the 20th century. Scene opens with Cypher, one of Morpheus' crew members, and Agent Smith, a program of the Matrix, sitting in a nice restaurant and Cypher cutting into a juicy steak. Do we have a deal, Sorry, I wasn't loud enough. So do we have a deal, Mr. Reagan?
You know, I know it's spectrum like this. I know that when I put it in my mouth, the Matrix is telling my brain that it's juicy and delicious. After 9 years, I realized ignorance is bliss.
So, do we have a deal?
I don't want to remember nothing. Nothing. You understand? I want to be rich. You know, someone important, like an actor.
Whatever you want, Mr.
Okay? I get my body back into a power plant, you insert me into the Matrix, and I'll get you what you want.
Access codes to the Zion mainframe?
No, I told you, I don't know. I can give you the pony who does.
Morpheus? Scene shifts to the mess room of the...
Oh no.
I am so, over this. This feedback is bumming out my vibe. Scene shifts to the mess hall of the Nebuchadnezzar, where Tank is filling a bowl of colorless slop from a nozzle.
Here you go, buddy. Breakfast of champions.
If you close your eyes, it almost feels like you're eating runny eggs.
Yeah, or a bowl of snot.
Do you know what this really reminds me of? Tasty wheat. Did you ever have tasty wheat?
No, but technically neither did you.
That's my point. Exactly. Because you have to wonder now, how did the machines know what tasty wheat tasted like? Huh? Maybe they got it wrong. Maybe what I think tasty wheat tasted like actually tastes like oatmeal or tuna fish. That makes you wonder about a lot of things. You take chicken, for example. Maybe they couldn't figure out what to make chicken taste like, which is why chicken tastes like everything. Maybe couldn't figure it out.
Oh, shut up, Twy.
It's a simple cell protein combined with synthetic aminos, vitamins, and minerals. Everything the body needs.
It doesn't have everything the body needs, so I understand that you've run through the agent training program. You know, I wrote that program.
Oh, here it comes.
So, what did you think of her?
Of who?
The woman in the red dress. I designed her. She doesn't talk much, but if you'd like to meet her, I can arrange a much more personalized meeting.
Digital pimp hard at work.
Hey, no, it's Shining. To deny your own impulses is to deny the very thing that makes us horses.
So then when you're done, bring the ship up to broadcast deck. We're going in, taking Shining to see her.
See who?
The Oracle. Everyone please observe and fasten your seatbelts and the no smoking signs have been turned on. Sit back and enjoy the ride.
And see. All right. So the next scene is from The Big Lebowski. We're doing. You're entering a world of pain. Johnny's button mash, which is going to be voiced by Pitch. The dude is Apple Bloom, which is voiced by Mag. Walter is Scootaloo, that's going to be Ashley. Smokey is Babsine, and that's Kate, and I'm narrating this one. So, unemployed 60s refugee Jeff the Dude Lebowski grooves to his laid-back Los Angeles lifestyle. One of the laziest men in LA, he enjoys hanging with his bowling buddies, a pompous security store owner, Walter, and a mild-mannered ex-surfer, Johnny. The scene opens to the in a bowling alley with Johnny bowling a strike.
Whoa! I'm slamming them tonight. You guys are dead in the water.
Walter, just arriving, is carrying a leather satchel in one hand and a large plastic carrier in the other.
All right, way to go, Button. If you will it, it is no dream.
Fucking 20 minutes late, man. What the fuck is that?
You have to rehearsal.
Huh?
State of Cloudsdale. If you will it, dude, it is no dream.
What the fuck are you talking about? The carrier! What's in the fucking carrier?
Huh? Oh. It's Rainbow Dash's turtle. I think it's a tortoise. Can't leave him alone or he eats the furniture. I'm watching it while Rainbow and Pinky are in Hawaii.
You brought a fucking turtle bowling? Gonna use it as a damn bowling ball?
He lets out a small snapping turtle out of the carrier. It scoots around on the bowling table, sniffing at the bowlers and wagging its tail.
What do you mean brought it bowling? I didn't rent it shoes. I'm not buying it a fucking beer. He's not gonna take your fucking turn, dude.
If my fucking ex-wife asked me to take care of her fucking turtle while she and her girlfriend went to Honolulu, I'd tell her to go fuck herself. Why can't she afford it?
First of all, dude, you don't have an ex. Secondly, it's a fucking show turtle with fucking papers. You can't hoard it. It gets upset. Its shell falls off.
Scootaloo.
Fucking turtle has papers. Dude, over the line.
Smokey turns from the last roll to look over at Walter. Huh?
I'm sorry, Babs, you were over the line. That's a foul.
Bullshit. Mark it 8 boom.
Excuse me, mark it 0. Next frame.
Bullshit, Scootaloo. Mark it 8 boom.
Babs, this isn't nom, this is bowling. There are rules.
Hey, dudes, come stop it! This feedback is giving me fucking anyway, sorry. Scoots, come on, it's just, hey man, it's Babs. So our toes slipped over the line, you know, it's just a game, man.
This is a league game. This determines who enters the next round robin, am I wrong?
Yeah, but I wasn't.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, but I wasn't over. Give me the marker, boom. I'm marking it 8.
Walter reaches into his bowling ball bag and takes out a gun.
Babs, my friend, you're entering a world of pain.
Scoots, man.
You mark that an 8. You're entering a world of pain.
I'm not.
A world of pain.
Look, boom. This is your partner.
Has the world gone crazy? Am I the only one who gives a shit about the rules? Mark it 0.
Calling the guards, man. Put the piece away.
Mark it 0.
The tortoise is excitedly snapping at Walter's legs, making high body twisting tail wagging leaps as Walter points the gun in Smokey's face.
Scoots, put the piece away.
Scootaloo. Walter primes the gun and points it back at Smokey's head.
You think I'm fucking around here? Mark it 0.
Smokey swiftly reaches over and takes the marker from the dude, Walter holding the gun inches from his face. Smokey quickly marks the 0 on the sheet.
Right. It's fucking 0. Half you crazy fuck.
Walter calmly sits down and removes the magazine from the pistol and clears the round from its chamber.
It's a league game, Babs.
And scene. The next scene we're doing is from Get Out. It is
Oh my god, that feedback!
I don't know how many more voices need to say that this is bullshit.
So the scene we're doing is She's a Genius. Rose is going to be Rainbow Dash, and that's going to be voiced by me. Rod is going to be Chancellor Naysay, and that's going to be Goody, and Magpie is narrating this one. Can we try? We can try.
We can try. Alright. Rose Armitage is taking her boyfriend, Chris Washington, to meet her parents for the first time. He's a bit uneasy about how they'll treat him as they are white and he is black. However, her parents turn out to be unfazed and everything seems to be going fine. Chris then starts to notice some weird behavioral traits with the African-American staff in the house. The Armitages throw a huge party and Chris ends up being in some sort of awkward conversation with the guests. Initially, he just puts it down as a racial difference, but then the guests and the Armitages' motives start to appear more sinister. Chris decides it's time to get out and tries, but is captured by Rose and her family. Rod, Chris's best friend, suspects foul play as he tries to reach Chris again. Rose answers Chris's phone.
Hello? Naysay?
Yo, Rose, it's me. Chancellor Naysay.
Hi.
Where's Soren?
He left 2 days ago.
He left?
Yeah, he got all paranoid and freaked out on me. And then he got into a cab and left his phone. Wait, you haven't seen it?
No, he never came back here.
Oh my god.
Look, I've been calling his phone a bunch of times. Matter of fact, I went to the police.
What did you say?
I just said that he was missing.
Oh, good.
Let me ask you something. What cab company did he use to leave?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I guess maybe a local one. I guess maybe he could have called an Uber. Wait, I'm so confused.
You're confused. Okay. You know something? Me too. Could you hold on for 1 second?
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
Rod mutes his phone.
You lying bitch. She's lying like a motherfucker. I know that old Wonderbolt ESA shit tingles. This motherfucker's lying.
Rod moves over to his laptop and pulls up a recording app on Chris's computer while talking excitedly to himself.
Oh, I got you. I'm gonna record your ass. I'm gonna record the shit out of you. You talk so goddamn much. You're gonna say something. You're gonna say something. Hold on. Record. Speaker. Unmute.
He unmutes and puts the phone close to the laptop, recording her.
Okay, Rose. So last time I talked to Soren, he told me that your mama hypnotized him.
Rose is silent for a long moment.
Naysay, just stop.
Huh?
I know why you're calling.
Oh, shit.
Why is that?
It's kind of obvious, don't you think?
What?
That there's something between us.
No. What are you talking about, girl? I called you about Soren.
No, Naysay. I remember when we go out. I remember you looking at me.
Rod is put on the spot and becomes extremely uncomfortable.
What the fuck? You know! Soren is my best friend! What the hell? Now look, if you did something to him...
I know you think about fucking me, Naysay.
We now see Rose's family standing in the living room behind her as they watch her operate.
Ain't nobody thought about fucking you! Why would you say some stupid shit? What the... You ass! Fuck you! I didn't want to... Fuck you! Bye!
Rod hangs up in a panic and flustered.
God, she's fucking... she's a genius.
Oh no.
Starlight Glimmer, is this me?
Who the fuck said that? Who said that? Who's the slimy little communist shit twinkle toad cocksucker down here? Who's dead for it? Melpony, huh? Fairy fucking godmother said it? Out fucking standing. I will PT you all until you fucking die. I'll PT you all until your assholes are sucking buttermilk.
Hartman grabs Cowboy by the shirt.
Was it you scroungy little fuck, huh?
Sir, no, sir!
Little piece of shit. You look like a fucking worm. I'll bet it was you.
Sir, no, sir!
Sir, I said it, sir.
Hartman steps up to Joker.
Well, no shit. What have we got here? A fucking comedian? Private Joker? I admire your honesty. Hell, I like you. You can come over to my place and fuck my brother.
Hartman punches Joker in the stomach. Joker sags to her knees.
You little scumbag! I've got your name. I've got your ass. You will not laugh. You will not cry. You will learn by the numbers. I will teach you. Now get up on your hooves. You had best unfuck yourself, or I will unscrew your head and shit down your neck.
Yes, sir.
Private Joker, why did you join my beloved corps?
Sir, to kill Twilight, sir.
So you're a killer.
Sir, yes, sir.
Let me see your war face.
Sir.
You got a war face? Ah! That's a war face. Now let me see your war face. Ah! You didn't scare me. Work on it.
Okay.
Come on!
She skipped one.
Yeah.
Hartman speaks in Cowboy's face.
What's your excuse?
Sir, excuse for what, sir?
I'm asking the fucking questions here, Private. Do you understand?
Sir, yes, sir!
Well, thank you very much. Can I be in charge for a while?
Sir, yes, sir.
You shook up? Are you nervous?
Sir, yes, sir.
Do I make you nervous?
Sir.
Sir, what? Were you about to call me an asshole?
Sir, no, sir.
How tall are you, Private?
Sir, 6'9", sir.
6'9"? I didn't know they stacked shit that high. You trying to squeeze an inch on me somewhere, huh?
Sir, no, sir.
Bullshit! Looks like to me like the best part of you ran down the crack of your mama's ass and ended up on the ground staying in the mattress. I think you've been cheated. Where in the hell are you from, Private?
Sir, Ponyville, sir.
Holy dog shit! Ponyville? Only bad boys and lesbian horses come from Ponyville, Private Cowboy. And you don't look much of a lesbian to me, so that kind of narrows it down. Do you suck dicks?
Sir, yes. No, sir.
Are you a Peter Puffer?
Sir, no, sir.
I'll bet you're the kind of guy that would fuck a pony in the ass and not even have the celestial damn courtesy to give him a reach around. I'll be watching you.
Hartman walks down the line to another recruit, a pink smiling there.
Did your parents have any children that lived?
Sir, yes, sir.
I'll bet they regret it. You're so ugly, you could be a modern art masterpiece. What's your name, fat body?
Sir, Pinkamina Diane Pie, sir.
Pie? Pie what? Like cherry?
Sir, no, sir.
The name sounds like Amish. Are you Amish?
Sir, yes, sir.
Do you suck dick?
Sir, no, sir.
I'll kick your ass. Bullshit. Although you could suck a golf ball through a garden hose.
Yes, maybe, sir.
I don't like the name Pie. Only the lesbians and sailors are called Pie. We're now on your pompous pile.
Sir, yes, sir.
Pyle has a trace of a strange smile on his face.
Do you think I'm cute, Private Pile? Do you think I'm funny?
Sir, no, sir.
Then wipe a disgusting grin off your face.
Sir, yes, sir.
Well, any fucking time now, sweetheart.
I'm trying, sir.
Private Pile, I'm gonna give you 3 seconds. Exactly 3 fucking seconds to wipe that stupid looking grin off your face, or I'll gouge out your eyes and skull fuck you. 1, 2, 3.
Pyle purses his lips but continues to smile involuntarily.
Sir, I can't help it, sir.
Bullshit! Get on your knees, scumbag.
Pyle gets down on her knees.
Now choke yourself.
Pyle places her hooves around her own throat to choke herself.
Damn with my hoof, you numbnuts.
Pyle reaches for Hartman's hoof. Hartman jerks it away.
Don't pull my fucking hoof over there. I said choke yourself. Now lean forward and choke yourself.
Pyle leans forward so that his neck rests on Hartman's open hoof. Hartman chokes Pyle. Pyle gags and starts to turn red in the face.
Are you through grinning?
Sir, yes, sir.
Bullshit! I can't hear you.
Sir, yes, sir.
Bullshit! I still can't hear you. Sound up like you got a pair.
Sir, yes, sir.
That's enough. Get up on your hooves.
Hartman releases Pyle's throat. Pyle gets to her hooves, breathing heavily.
Private Pile, you had best square your ass away and start shitting me Tiffany cufflinks, or I will definitely fuck you up.
And scene. And about, what is it, 7:45, right? 7:45, we're going to be doing the Let's Write a Bad Fanfic Together, the 21 Plus edition. Do you want to say which ones are what the topics are, just in case to give them a preview.
Grimdark.
Yes!
Human and Equestria.
Oh no!
Terrible OC.
Oh!
And Club.
Yes!
Hopefully you guys come out to that one. Thank you guys for coming.
I gotta wait for the room to stop spinning for a second before I even try and stand up.
Let's stop. Wait. There we go. Alright, there we go. We're good. Next one, we're gonna go with another color. Teal. There we go. Alright, a number.
69.
A building material.
Building material? Shit.
A flying animal.
Let's go full America. Eagles!
You gotta type it in all caps though, because it's America. A noun that's an adult character, object, food, or animal. What?
Final smash. Final as in Smash Brothers.
Oh, Smash Brothers.
Final!
That's a verb, isn't it?
So wait.
No, it's like, it's the
verb is like an action.
S-I-N-A-L,
Smash.
A verb is like an action, like running a rocket. Like the final BronyCon!
Okay, let's go that. Alright, a verb ending in ing. So yeah, that would be fucking finally.
You're not getting it yet.
Head banging. So head banging. Head banging. Okay, we have a noun that's an adult character, object, food, or animal.
Come!
Hey, did Wooten show up?
Trixie.
Oh!
Okay, we can go with that. All right.
Basically, come.
An object, animal, or food. So the noun.
Uvula.
Uvula. I can't even say it. You spell number.
420.
34. 34. Okay. Another verb ending in ing.
Punching.
Punching. Okay. Oh, hi. An NLP character that's an adult.
Derpy.
Woo! Yeah! Another NLP character that's an adult.
Frank Doodle.
Frankie Doodle. I'm terrified of the fuck this is going. A job.
Garbage man.
Garbage man. An NLP character that's an adult.
Garbage pony. I'll go with Stellar Flare.
Stellar Flare. Oh, that's that OC. I know who you're talking about, yeah. Is it? No? Oh, come on now. How do you not
Rainbow's mom, it's going on.
A noun that's an adult character, object, food, or animal.
Bugs count as animal. Bee.
A bee? Bee will work, yeah. A bee? Bees? No, bees. You gotta put it. There we go. Can't hear. A noun that's an object or food. Yes. Bagpipes.
Magpies.
Rainbows.
A verb ending in ed. Wasted.
Wasted. Like I am.
Your bird's going talk, talk. Wasted. Wasted? Waster? Okay, there you go. You're good. A number!
22. 24.
That's the answer.
Another number.
24.
1,000,000.
1,000,000.
Who's done this twice? We got a lot of repeat action going on here. It's okay though. It's not the same story. Oh shit! Oh. She's writing it live. No, it just read it.
Alright, here we go, guys. You ready? Alright. Disclaimer, I am not a narrator. Okay.
This is the story of Yellow Little Bird. He was the greatest pony of all time. No pony could resist his loving nature and powerful good looks. He was tall, with a mane of plaid and teal, styled around his 69-inch alicorn horn. His wings looked like those of an eagle, America, and his coat as dark as midnight. His cutie mark was a head-banging final smash, and players went crazy for it. Yeah. His magic was so powerful, he could shoot trixies from his horn. Understand the language of uvulas, and lift a 34-pound rock over his head. He had been punching all his life to prepare himself to avenge the death of his mother, Cranky Doodle. On the night he was born, she was brutally killed by Derpy, and nobody else knew, except him. When he came of age, he sought out employment as a garbage man. Garbage pony? Garbage man. For cover, as if it was the closest job he could find to that dastardly Derpy. He worked hard, gaining the trust of the ponies and creatures around him. One day, he heard a scream and rushed to the source. It was Stellar Flare, a beautiful pony he had spent 1,000,000 hours with. Just long enough to fall in love. Ain't that the truth? They were dangling off of a cliff with sharp bagpipes, waiting at the bottom of the deep cavern. No pony except Yellow Little Bird could save them. So he raced to the cliff's edge and grasped onto them tightly, pulling them to safety. The ponies watched, all cheered. None of them had the strength enough to save that beautiful Stellar Flare. As a thank you, Stellar Flare wasted him that night.
That's my snoo.
Although Yellow Little Bird was grateful, he had to leave. Stellar Flare, after explaining his tragic backstory to them. You can't, Stellar Flare protested in tears. Derpy is my father! Yellow Little Bird gasped in sobs, unwilling to believe it. He killed Cranky Doodle. I have to avenge her. No, Yellow Little Bird, you don't understand. He's your father, too. I'm your younger sibling. And Cranky Doodle, your mother isn't dead. Oh, plot twist. No! Yellow Little Bird shouted, racing to the Derpy's house. He didn't have a chance to confront his parents' abandonment. However, as they were being attacked at the very moment by some giant bees, I know what I must do, Yellow Little Bird said with a determined look on his face. I must save them from these bees and dedicate my life to fighting crime. Only then will my parents love me. Oh, that's sad. Yellow Little Bird explained to Longhorn Herd.
and spread out his massive wings. Using his OP magic, he grew 42 feet and swallowed the bees in one mighty gulp. His parents were so grateful that they decided to love him after all. The princesses even erected a mighty statue made of shit. A mighty statue made of shit pieces, I must clarify, I'm sorry, in the castle courtyard to commemorate his first of many heroic deeds.
Fucking amazing! Oh my god.
Next time we'll make the font a little bit bigger. I did hear that at the last minute.
Thank you! Thanks.
That was the greatest OC3 ever. God. Like, I can't compete with that shit.
Shit! Full of feelings. Shit! That constructed
Alright, are we ready?
Very constructed material.
Okay. So, an MLP character that's an adult.
Blackjack.
Blackjack. Okay.
Woo!
Fuck yeah.
Yeah! It's an OC, but oh well.
There we go. Okay, a noun that's an object, food, or an adult character.
Garlic bread.
Garlic bread?
Yeah.
Garlic bread. Okay.
Garlic bread, best bread!
An MLP character that's an adult.
Minuet. It's like Colgate. Yeah.
Oh, minuet.
Minuet. Okay. Don't spell.
An object.
Do not spell.
Adakimakara.
You get the spell. Thank you. Thank you, body pillow.
A liquid.
Oh no! Oh no!
A liquid. Everyone wants you to say it's eventually going to come out. Say it.
Come! Where the fuck's winning? Where the fuck's winning?
A plant, fruit, or veggie.
Bananas.
Banana.
I'm a banana!
All right.
I'm a banana!
An object.
Dick.
We're just going straight for that one. All right. An MLB character that's an adult.
Oh god, there's a lot of them!
We know those. Okay. Okay, I can do that. I can do that. An MLP character that's an adult.
Manoa.
Princess Molestia.
No!
Molestia, not Celestia.
They're two different characters!
We could just put Zelly. Okay. Alright, MLP character that's an adult.
Sunburst.
Sunburst. An MLP character that's an adult.
Massage.
And that changeling representation. Another MLP character that's an adult.
Sunset Shimmer.
Sunset.
Oh no.
Okay. Building / shop in Ponyville.
Twilight's Castle.
Twilight's Castle. And another MLP character that's an adult.
Miss Harshwitty.
Miss Harsh.
Miss Harshwitty. Oh!
Okay, that should be it.
Miss Harshwitty. That off?
I would just like to inform you all those were all the answers for our evening's club pick.
Yes! Yes! This worked out so well!
Toxic bee without bananas.
And garlic bread! Garlic bread!
Garlic
And
bread.
sunset shimmer! And semen! Semen!
All right, everybody. Shh.
The date was set, the invitation sent, and the preparations had already begun. Blackjack had always wanted to throw their own party, a special kind of party, and it had taken years to get the guts to do so. Guests would never guess the events that were to transpire that evening, but Blackjack hoped they would enjoy themselves anyway.
I've read 1,000 fics
Are
like
you
this.
done hanging up those garlic bread decorations? Blackjack asked nervously.
Oh.
And don't worry, Tommy will never guess the real theme of the party with these hanging around.
Minnie said, tapping a banner with suggestive poses of garlic bread. A soft knock came at the door, and Blackjack quickly opened it. Welcome! Did you bring a body pillow? Like I asked? Blackjack asked, smiling at the first guest. Yes, but can I know what it's for?
No.
Not yet. Come, have some semen. The festivities will begin shortly. Blackjack said, taking the body pillow and placing it on the table nearby.
I'm gonna die.
As each guest arrived and surrendered their body pillow, more and more confused expressions and concerned. Questions could be heard, being whispered from guest to guest. All right, everybody. I'm sure you're all wondering what's going on. And now that we're all here, I'm happy to explain. Blackjack said while Minuet locked the door. Minuet locked the door and drew all the curtains. But first, has every pony had some of that delicious semen? The guests or quietly uttered, yeah. Many of them still had the semen in their grasp. Good! See, I've been wanting to try this for quite some time, but I wasn't sure it was appropriate back then. I'm sure we're all comfortable around each other now, though. Right? I guess I should tell you, the semen has been spiked. The room erupted in gasps and fallen cups. There is a certain magical property of that, combined with the right ingredients, creates a certain biological response. You might even be feeling it now. The desire to quench that longing inside. I see the way you're looking at that Dick Queen Nova. I know you want to do all kinds of things to it. Right. Queen Novo asked. Failing to pull their attention away. It's all right. We're all adults here. All I wanted is to make every pony happy. Super happy. You see those body pillows I had you bring? Go ahead and grab yours. Jack said, picking up their own body pillow, while the others reluctantly retrieved theirs. Now, we're going to practice on these first. Do whatever feels right. I see Princess Celestia has the right idea. I can't make it stop. Princess Celestia said, trying to resist. Once you've mastered the experience with your body pillow, feel free to move on to one of the other party guests. Try as they might, the party guests couldn't help themselves, desperately trying to appease this foreign, or perhaps not so foreign, desire in themselves with their body pillows and their friends. No. Sunburst, you're supposed to be doing this with Christy, for Celestia's sake. Minuet said, dragging Sunburst off Sunset Shimmer and shoving them to their proper partner.
That seems a lot.
Things heated up fairly quickly inside the Twilight's castle. The location of the party. Mares and stallions, mares and mares, stallions and stallions, all indulging in things they never thought possible. It seemed that the only non-participant was Blackjack, who looked on their party guests with confusion. What's wrong, Blackjack? I think this party is a major success, Minuet said. And as they pulled away from Miss Harshwinny, success? This was supposed to be the place where we could blow off some steam and rid ourselves of that urge to get physical with strangers. What? Isn't that what we're doing? Minuet asked, cocking an eyebrow. No! This was supposed to be a fight club, not a fucking orgy!
Yes! Yes! Oh my God!
That was a little too good.
No, never something too good. Perfect! Perfect! Perfect!
All right, are we ready for the next set of responses? Okay, NLP character that's an adult.
I mean, all right, Daybreak.
Daybreaker. Okay. An MLP character that's an adult.
Nightmare Moon.
Nightmare Moon. Okay. Bodily fluid.
Semen!
Blood. MLP character that's an adult.
Twilight? Mine?
Queen Nova.
We just said Queen Nova. All right, you'll take it last time though.
Twilight Sparkle.
Twilight. Okay, that's good.
Dark Horse!
Alright, an object.
You like it?
Zucchini. Okay. A large object.
A penis. A
Broom? Is that large enough? Do we need bigger? A broom. Bigger.
A building. The moon!
A car? Okay, good. There we go. A noun that's an object or food.
Pickle. The pickle. No!
Spaghetti!
That's
We haven't had that yet. Let's see.
Where the fuck's
noun that's
rooted?
an object, animal, food, or an adult character.
Shrek.
Shrek. That's a crossover, okay.
Where the fuck's rooted?
Small animal.
Where the fuck's
My career is ended. A toddler.
I mean, you're not wrong. But we need to go with the first.
Mini horse.
Mini horse. There we go.
No, mini horse is a smaller version of a pony. Oh God!
Okay.
No one want to question the
A
color.
object.
Strap on.
Strap on. Another object.
Mouth gag.
Mouth gag. Mouth gag. Or ball gag. Ball gag. That's better.
Ball gag.
Oh wait, change it to ball gag, not mouth gag. There we go.
Ball gag! Come on, this is 21 plus.
An MLP character that's an adult.
Oh God.
Brayburn.
Braybird. I'm afraid for Braybird considering his answers.
No, you should be excited.
That's an animal or an adult character.
Milky Way.
Whoa!
A liquid.
IV fluid.
IV fluid. That's it. I like that one. That's a good answer. An MLP character that's an adult.
It's a salty liquid.
Iron Will. A MLP character that's an adult.
Fluttershy.
Fluttershy.
Good old Fluttershy.
Oh boy. An object.
Meth.
Matt.
here, Otto? An object met.
Watch your
The
chin.
drug. There you go.
Come here, buddy. Be careful.
Bodily fluid.
Saliva.
Saliva. Okay. MOP character that's an adult.
Cheese sandwich.
Cheese sandwich. And a number.
42?
That's like
24.
420.
I'm really aware.
Welcome to our grimdark.
Oh! Why did you have to say Fluttershy? No. Not Fluttershy. Silent Ponyville. Kill the number grimdarks. Silent Ponyville, the remake of
Daybreaker had waited for over an hour to have lunch with Nightmare Moon, but they never showed. Worried, Daybreaker decided to go check on their friend. However, once they arrived at Nightmare Moon's house, they noticed something strange. The door was slightly ajar, and the lock appeared to have been tampered with. Daybreaker pushed open the door slowly and saw the place in shambles. Daybreaker grabbed a zucchini for protection and walked through the house looking and calling out for Nightmare Moon. They stopped dead in their tracks when they saw a trail of blood leading down to the basement.
Oh, that's a good one.
Perfect.
That's perfect.
Nightmare Moon, are you down there? I don't remember his voice. Are you okay? Daybreaker called out, to which a muffled scream his reply. Daybreaker didn't waste another moment before charging down the stairs with the zucchini held high, ready to strike whatever intruder had taken their friend. Waiting at the bottom of the stairs was Nightmare Moon, blood oozing from the fur and pooling on the ground beneath them. They were gagged with a mat and bound the ropes to a large bar. They whimpered and cried something unintelligible into the mat, which Daybreaker braced to their rescue. However, when Daybreaker reached the bottom of the stairs, they were probably hit in the head with a spaghetti, instantly knocking them out. Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey, a soft, terrified voice said. Daybreaker groaned, opened their eyes to see a pony in a black leotard and a short mask, poking them with spaghetti. They had used to render them unconscious. Daybreaker thrashed about, trying to free themselves from the ropes that bound them. Who are you? Where's Nightmare Moon? Daybreaker shouted in anger and fear. Nightmare Moon? Oh, well, they already played my game and lost. So unfortunately, I had to...
Oh, no! Oh, God!
Take a look at yourself! In my swamp, the masked pony said, indicating to the ravenous mini-horse, picking the remains off Nightmare Moon's corpse. Nightmare Moon was almost unrecognizable, a mere 420 blazing pounds of flesh, bone, and viscera. No! How could you? Daybreaker screamed, tears sticking in their eyes. Now it's your turn to play in the swamp. If you're fizz, you automatically lose. And I have to chop you up into the little pieces and serve you up as a cupcake to cheese sandwich.
Why does it work so well?
Not my secret crush! You can't! Daybreaker sobbed. Then I guess that means you'll play, the masked pony squealed in delight, with his accent constantly changing. The rules are very simple. You ask me 3 questions about myself, and I'll answer you honestly. But your questions can't be about anything to do with my physical appearance. Then you have to guess who I am. I'll even give you a hint. You know me. We've met many times before. If you guess correctly, you're free to go. If you don't, well, I personally think you'll make a wonderful cupcake. Daybreaker gulped and tried to think of something clever that would be the key to learning their captor's identity. Do you and I do anything together? Good question. And yes, we've done many things together, such as collect different kinds of strap-ons and share each other's ball gags. That's no help. I do that with everybody. All right, then. My second question is, when was the last time we hung out together? Daybreaker asked. Brayboon's birthday party. You know, the one where they showed up drunk and confessed to me that you're terrified of Milky Ways and pink tutus. I don't even remember doing that. Although, yes, Milky Ways and tutus still haunt my nightmares. Daybreaker admitted. Last question. Make it count. All right. What's my guilty pleasure? Daybreaker asked.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Oh, that's easy. You like to bathe in IV fluid. Aha! Only 2 ponies in the whole world know that. And the other one is dead on the floor. Your iron will. Daybreaker shouted in victory and relief. Oh, I was really hoping you would guess right. But I'm afraid you're wrong, the mass murderer said, taking off their Shrek mask. Fluttershy? It's you! Hey! Pleasure, Daybreaker stammered. Easy. My family told me weeks ago there's quite a gossip, you know. Well, yes, this is farewell. Fluttershy said, raising the spaghetti high above Daybreaker's head. Wait, Fluttershy, don't do this. Why are you killing ponies? Please, let me live! Daybreaker was cut short when the spaghetti came down hard on their skull, cracking it on impact. Somehow, the next blow caused a stream of saliva to come spraying out onto the killer. 4 kids' entertainment, 3 more blows, and Daybreaker's scream stopped. Now only the sound came from the labored breaths of a smiling Fluttershy. What a pity. I guess no one in Ponyville realizes what a psychopath I really am. Oh well, on to Twilight Sparkle. Skipping up the steps of the basement towards their next victim. I need Jesus, excuse me.
We all need Jesus!
An MLP location, a city or a town.
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. A food, an item, or dish.
Apple? What'd they say? What happened to the mic?
Apples.
That's some apples!
All right, a verb.
Screech.
Screech.
Read.
An MLP character that's an adult.
Thorax.
Thorax. MLP character that's an adult.
Garble.
Garble? Is that the...
Garble. Garble.
There we go. Okay. A food item.
Yeah.
I love Susie.
Sushi. I'm okay with that. A non-MLP celebrity.
Dead
mouse. Fuck.
Dead mouse?
Dead mouse.
He's not a PonyCon.
He's not?
You're trying to spell, yeah, and the five. A type of dance.
Harlem Shake.
2015 called. Let's see. A store location, non-pony.
San Andreas.
San Andreas.
Store location. Ah, shit. Here we go again.
An animal that's a mammal.
No, there's an A. Yeah, that's it.
I mean, maybe. Depends.
There we go. A verb.
God damn it.
Murder. An MLP character that's an adult.
Good choice.
Starlight Glimmer.
Yeah! Yeah, best for it.
An adjective.
Ding.
I mean, fuck is fucking. Okay.
Fuck is an adjective, verb, and noun.
It's me. I don't fucking know.
It's everything. It's why I fucking love the fuck. What? Oh man, I want free booze. Yes.
Something else. It's be descriptive.
Chunky. Thick.
Pointing. Is that where pointing? Yeah, pointing.
Thick.
A noun that's an adjective, animal, food, or adult character. Noun.
I was like, what was that?
A wooden horse. Okay.
Oh.
A song title, pony or non? Smile.
Come on, every pony.
An object.
A giant zucchini.
Dildo.
Giant cucumber.
We're trying too hard.
Okay, there we go. We're good. A human name.
I'm gonna go for it.
Keanu Reeves. Dennis.
Yeah, but with the amount of words they have, this is more than good.
And our final story for the evening is our human anything.
Oh. Six. I can't wait to see how Keanu Reeves fits in the...
Coming down with a little context, I'll do my best. Where am I? I say groggily, putting a hand to my head and feeling around for the source of the headache. You're in Las Pegasus, strange creature. I look behind me and scream when I see a pastel-colored cartoon horse smiling at me. This is insane. What the hell is going on?
Oh,
Maybe
no.
it's just a dream. I really shouldn't eat apple and screech right before bed. What are you? I stammer, getting to my feet and taking a few steps back. Not a what, a who? I'm Thorax. What's your name? Thorax asks. Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves? That's a funny name. Well, Keanu Reeves, I saw you right through the sky and on the garble. I think you killed him. Thorax says, tilting their head to the side. I look down and see another pastel-colored horse on the ground, presumably dead. Don't worry, though. Nobody likes garble anymore anyway. So what are you doing in Equestria? Thorax asks me. Thorax asks. Okay, I'm officially tripping balls. This is worse than the time I snorted powdered sushi and saw naked dead mouth vibes dancing to the heart shake. I say, shuddering at the memory. Well, I don't know who Dead Mouth 5 is, but if you like, I can show you around. There's a lot of ponies here you'll want to meet. Is it Dead Mouse 5 or Dead Mouse? I don't know.
Dead Mouse.
Yeah, alright. But if you like, I can show you around. There's a lot of ponies you'd like to meet. Thorax says, smiling. Wait, did you say ponies? As in, My Little Pony?
Oh, God.
Fuck! I screamed, frightening the pony thing. Sorry. What I meant to say is, I ran into this brony at the San Andreas the other day, playing with the pony dolls they made out of fox hair. They creeped me out, so I told them to go fuck off, and they said something in a weird language. Did that fucker curse my dreams? I retortedly.
Surprise.
Pony approaches me and murders me. They fucking murders me. As long as they didn't kill my dog, it's fine. What the fuck? You thought you were dreaming, so I proved to you that you weren't. Come on, Starlight Glimmer will want to meet you right away. Thorax says, skipping merrily away down the dirt path. I follow after it, and am horrified when I turn the corner and see a whole group of them. They're so fuck and pointy. It makes me sick. Hey, Starlight Glimmer, this is Keanu Reeves. They killed Garble for us. Thorax says, a little too chipper. Hey, we should honor them with the wooden horse parade. The one called Starlight Glimmer says, what's a wooden horse parade? I asked. Oh, silly creature, it's when all of Las Vegas's wooden horses dance around you singing smile, smile, smile.
That's just BronyCon.
This is his carriage. Starlight Glimmer explains. That's okay. If you could just tell me how to get back to the human world, that'd be great. I offer instead. Get back? But Keanu Reeves, there is no getting back. You're going to be with us forever. We'll play with cucumbers, braid each other's manes, sing songs about Thanos. It'll be the best thing ever. I scream, jolting up from my pillow in a cold sweat. My chest heaves as my eyes wander around the room in panic. Oh, thank God. It was just a dream. Stupid fucking bronies. I mutter before rolling over to fall back asleep.
Thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys enjoyed. Real quick, if anyone is a sponsor or accessibility, you are welcome to stay for the next panel. Everyone else, unfortunately, has to get out.
Is that including?
Thank you, guys.
You want another drink? You want another drink?
Yeah,
breath! Alright. Just got out of the 3 consecutive 21 plus panels. Recorded a good chunk of them. But I couldn't record the M.A. Larson roast because of, adult only policies and everything like that. I'm currently headed to one of the panels at the Hall of the Sun. Everything hurts. I'm slowly dying. And then I'll probably just film some of Bronypalooza and go from there. Lots of laughs were had. Headaches coming in. It's just great. It's just great.
Chain of events. Then we go into something like characters. If you have a plot where a chain of events happens, usually that's spurred on by a few main characters. The people who experience the conflict, the people who make the major decisions that make up the climax and things like that. The setting. If you're going to have a plot, it needs to take place somewhere. Setting can be as simple as a grocery store, or it can be as massive as Middle Earth. Setting can often be as important as the characters themselves. A setting can be a character in many ways. Theme. theme, oftentimes, a lot of younger writers often say to themselves, "Oh, I don't write with theme." But in reality, we all tend to put our own themes, our own messages into our stories, oftentimes without even realizing it. The theme is, what kind of truth is this story conveying? What message is the reader going to come away from this story having taken in? And we have tense. Tense, is as simple as does the story take place in the past, and we're being told it as if it already happened. It's happening right now in the present, or somehow we're seeing it in the future. We're seeing something that's happening in the future. And then underlying all this, bringing this all together, is perspective, narrative voice. The narrative voice is the voice that, honestly, it makes up the words. It's the little thing that decides what word choice goes where, how our sentences are structured. It's the tissue that holds all those other things together. Narrative voice governs how the reader experiences the story, as it says up there. It's very important. So, we have the parts of narrative voice. So we think about this in terms of person. So person is things like, first person, second person, third person, and then omniscient or limited. That's sort of the binary that we often work in terms of, how much are we seeing? How much is the narrator seeing? So I'm going to turn it over to my panel mates to explain each part of each person type, and then also we're going to come back for omniscient versus limited.
Okay, so quick rundown of what makes what different person voices we can have. So Miller, go first person.
Yeah, I think we all know first person when we see it. It's usually the easiest one to recognize. It's when the pronouns are I, we, us, etc. The thing about first person is that it really locks you in with the character. It's the most intimate of all the narrative voices.
The writing panel. I actually picked up a few tips, actually. I like to go to those just in case I actually learn something new. Most of it is stuff I already picked up on some occasions. Convention is still pumping. Convention is still crowded. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna attend like the first act of BronyCon, Bronypalooza for this night, and then probably head to the Dead Tree Studios for the pen and paper Fall the Equestria thing, and then go to the convention, go back to Bronypalooza for a bit, and then probably call it a night. Oh, today has been something. I have been walking around this convention center since 10 in the morning, so I have been moving non-stop all day. Let's get it. And I ain't stopping now. 4 days of fun, woo! I was wondering where this thing was. I'm seeing it all over the BronyCon hashtag. Jesus.
Everything from condoms to cash to plushies and then putting it on a barge,
drink cups,
Yahtzees.
Someone put one of the fucking jars from 4chan here. God damn it.
No, not left. I spent all on Tinder eggs.
Put one of the fucking...
Nothing scared the shit out of me. The potato will be the last thing to burn.
No, the potato won't burn. The potato will just get cooked.
Make French fries.
Dawn of the second day, 48 hours and then...
Maybe we should put top oil on
YouTube.
Anybody know where oil is?
I should sign it.
I know there's a Pizza Hut in the convention.
A Pizza Hut, yeah.
Across the street by the park.
You know, over in the hotel, I used my credit card. Sucker cost me $4.50.
Yeah,
Or
might be
so.
closed. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how late they're open.
This is the worst.
Find the Sharpie.
It's been a thrill. J-Man.
Everything you can imagine.
Someone, I can't believe someone put one of the jars.
Plushies, money,
There's also
candles.
What? Which country is on top of the jar.
Yeah, well, you know what the...
Do you know which country is that? Yes, I know that sadly
I hate it! That was the, I went on 4chan one time and that was the one thing I saw and I was like, yeah, I'm good, I'm good.
Trust me, there's far worse.
Oh, I know, and that's why I'm never turned back.
We need a Sharpie is what we need so we can sign this.
Larson! Larson, where the hell are you?
Larson, get your butt down here now.
God, he'll sign everything.
Here, it's like what?
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. I got it.
Hey, little guy. How you doing? Hi. One last con. One last con.
It's not the last con. You can come to FlimFlamCon. It's on February 29th.
To the 31st.
Really?
Really?
February 29th to 31st.
In Nome, Alaska.
Well, that's out of my budget. That's the large fellas.
You want to be at the nearest highest suicide rate?
Look at all these beautiful people. Gonna go to the edge of and wait for the pen and paper RPG, and then hop in and check in on a chunk of Bronypalooza, like the usual. There's that. One thing I'm gonna try when the day is done. So do you have a booth like you did last year for selling your books? I will put you around this. So do you have a booth like you did last year for selling your books?
Not a booth, but I have them at my table.
Okay.
Come through autographs, I got them.
I gotta ask you something.
Yeah.
You signed babies and cheesecakes and
pancakes
and my toothbrush and everything.
Yeah.
I gotta ask. Has M.A. Larson ever signed M.A. Larson?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, I have. That was a pretty early one, actually.
Pretty early, though.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to do it again?
Sure. Are you taking a picture? Take a picture of this.
Take a picture of this.
No. Am I excited?
No, I don't know.
Confused.
Confused, I guess. It's awkward. You're signing yourself in public.
Wonderful.
I got you to sign you with a industrial strength marker last year.
Apparently not.
Larson to sign the Larson. I'm currently on my way to the pen and paper RPG thing, and after that, probably going to Bronypalooza for a bit.
This person.
Gotta say, I'm really gonna miss this place. I've been coming here since 2015, when I used like all my college when I used all my high school graduation money to come here. It's been looking forward to it every summer since. It's definitely going to take some getting used to. It's definitely very jarring to go from all this to then go to nothing. Over 10,000 people called this place home. Now it's a fucking ghost town. Gonna miss it. Gonna miss it.
Oh my god.
How old are you guys? Are you like gray and 50 now?
Oh, I'm pushing 30.
I was an edgy teenager when you guys started this.
You were an edgy teenager.
Still are.
Yes, I thought that it was funny to go around talking like Russian and being like, I'm fix things and I'm go fuck things.
Alright, so we have the still edgy teenager.
Hey, anyway. Calm down.
Moving on.
Yes. And so far, we are currently almost done with the project in full. We originally started out with just our original Wasteland Survival Guide, our main game to play the book. And in this past 6 years, we have released our Wasteland Survival Guide, our Character Creation Guide, Item Compendium, GM's Guide, which is right there. And also just recently at this convention, we released our, that was the Item Compendium. We have released our Item Compendium now. And the only thing left to do is our Bestiary, which will be coming out in a few months.
Woo!
And yes, we know it's out of order. We're very sorry.
Oh, and Martial Arts Guide. Forgot about that one.
We would have copies of all the books to show you, except that we keep selling out of all of them.
Yeah.
Day one, we sold out of 3.
So for those of you who grabbed the lock safe on day 1, thank you very much.
And thank you.
For those of you who don't,
so you paying them helps me.
I want to say, and for those of you who didn't, I'm going to have pre-order forms tomorrow.
Now you can't complain you don't want to carry those boxes back home, do you?
No, we don't want to take
No.
them home.
The more books sold, the less bucks come back.
What about the digital version?
Yes, those will also be available tomorrow. I've gotten everything squared up, so I will be able to sell PDF copies at the booth tomorrow. I say that now as I'm just seeing the wave of people.
I was saying, we have that set up with the QR codes, right?
Yeah. I finally got that squared up. I made sure it was going to the right side every time.
Yeah, so
Your
if you...
server crashes because of too many people.
That's also a possibility.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you don't want to buy the physical copies, since, we're sold out of them, you can always pick up the QR code for a digital copy.
Yep.